Welcome, my name is Julian King, and today we will be talking about the BYOD policy in secondary schools. The role of technology is changing in today's society, and even as we speak, so many things are being integrated through technology for easier use, faster production, and the obvious reason because technology runs our society. With the sudden advancements in technology, everything in society had to be reviewed and adapted to fit the standards of technology. Even our methods of education had to be revised and altered to be infused with modern technology so that our students are prepared for different career paths, as well as technology-based instruction to engage our students cognitively and promote academic achievement. With instructional technology being emphasized through all curriculums, you have to consider which tool or software can be used and integrated successfully in your classroom infrastructure. When teachers consider using technology of any type in their class, so many factors lead to their decisions. We consider how easy it is for us to use as instructors as well as our students. How can it be implemented? How will students benefit from this? How will this captivate my class critically and cognitively? How will this demonstrate growth for my students? How will it get a student from point A to point B in the least amount of time with less effort? So, what is Bring Your Own Device? What is BYOD? BYOD is a philosophy that encourages students to use their mobile learning device that they own for their own instruction while also emphasizing technology to schools who may not have all the resources needed. With any new or uncharted idea, there are going to be mistakes and area for growth, but I do feel that the good for BYOD can easily outweigh and exceed the bad. BYOD classrooms show the technological and data-driven trend that education is shifting towards, as well as engaging students with technology that can create easier instructional approaches. So the pros and cons to BYOD schools. Pros: personalized learning. Personalized learning refers to the learning process that gives priority to student choice and voice, that supports students to take more responsibility and control over their learning. These kinds of learning systems use positive effects by providing students with instruction tailored to the pace, order, and location of content of a lesson uniquely created for each student. It's relatively affordable and accessible. Parents only have to buy one phone, one iPad. It's easily accessible. A lot of places have that for sale just for students. Financially viable for parents and teachers. Teachers don't have to worry about the lack of resources in the building. Parents know they don't have to buy a computer, a laptop, and a desktop. They can buy a cell phone, and that cell phone will be just as sufficient. Students gain skills needed to become informationally literate. When students research the web and look for personalized information, they have to analyze it and gauge the reliability of that information. They're now going through the process of being informationally literate. The cons are limitations related to the features and technical specifications such as small screen size, short battery life, limited processing power, and memory. All phones are different. Some phone screens are not as big. Some phone batteries don't work as well. The processing power and memory are not as good on some phones. Students can become easily distracted. When students have their cell phone all day, it leads for a lot of distraction in class, texting, getting on social media sites, which leads to my next point: bullying, both in class and cyber. Students may bully each other in class because you might not have the newest phone, as well as the cyber environment that students will be using to complete a lot of assignments. Cyberbullying is a very big issue as well. And teachers that are not adequately trained in technological literacy. There are a lot of teachers who are stuck in their ways and that do not want to learn how to use computers to enhance their education and enhance their educational process for their students. Implementation in my class. Students will be able to use their devices to complete warm-ups or snapshots on Kahoot or Socrates, two online sites where students can compete with each other and give their answers in front of the class. Students can use devices to access work on Google Classroom, Google Sites, or Weebly. Students will no longer have to wait for a piece of paper. They'll always be able to go into their own platform and complete their assignments. And students will be able to use their devices to access resources from the sites at home and can analyze the methods at their own pace. So if a student does not get what's going on in class, they can always go home and rewatch the resources, rewatch the videos to help them get a better grasp of the concept. And they can do all these things at their own pace at home without worrying about anybody judging them for not picking the method up as fast as others. In closing, mobile devices and a BYOD policy has a lot of components that need to happen before it can be implemented. Schools will have to train educators and students on the use of these devices. Technology etiquette will have to be emphasized throughout the school. Information literacy becomes a focal point in all classes. Though the results of personalizing education will lead to increased testing scores and academic achievement for students, making students accountable and giving them ownership of their own learning style has an even greater benefit and will contribute to the construction of the future leaders in our classrooms.